Do it, do it, do it. Oh! Hello everyone, welcome down, Peter Finch here, and today we are going to be looking at this shot over the bunker to a tight pin, something which strikes the fear into so many golfers. So we're down here at Townley Golf Club today, and this shot is something that you guys have requested so much for me to film. This is obviously something which is causing golfers a lot of problems. If you are new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, make sure to hit that like button as well. Get down into those comments and let me know what your worst shots are. Let me know the types of videos that you want me to film. So this is what I've set up. Balls here just before the bunker, tight-ish pin there. But what we're going to cover in this video, you can apply to many different situations around the green, especially when there's an obstacle in the way. So before trying to tackle this shot, you first need to understand what type of golfer you are in this situation. So are you an untrained golfer? Now by untrained golfer, I mean a new or newish golfer, or a player who just is not experienced in this situation and who hates chipping over bunkers or any obstacle, anything around the green, just hates chipping. Are you an inexperienced golfer? So you've been in this situation before, you may have had a little bit of success, but are still very unsure about how to play and how to get the best results from chipping over the bunker. Are you a proficient golfer, so someone who can get the ball over the bunker, but you're not quite sure about how to get it close? So your underlying technique is solid, but you're just not sure how to fine tune it, how to get it in or near the hole. Or lastly, are you an expert, someone who's confident about the shot, wants to try and hole it, film it, and put it on TikTok? Now every golfer will fall into one of these four categories pretty much. Obviously you might be towards the scale on one end of them. But don't be upset if you are. You're watching this video because you're not holing these shots, because you are nervous around the green when hitting over a bunker. And that's what today's video is about. But there is a reason that I've put those categories in. So if you're an untrained golfer and you find yourself in this situation, here to begin with is what I want you to do. I want you to find the safe option and then play for that. Now on this particular shot that I've set up, that means aiming well left of the pin, aiming to the side of the bunker, so not even going over it, and hitting to the fat part of the green, leaving myself a good 30 to 40 feet. Now I use my wedge here, but if you've got the opportunity, you could use a putter, a 7-iron, a fairway wood, whatever it may be. Just get yourself to the side of the bunker. Now if you are the untrained golfer in this situation, the likelihood is you will not be able to get up and down, but the chances are you're not going to have that massive blow-up hole. If you're there and you're dumping it in the bunker and then you're not very good out of bunkers and you're nervous out of that, all of a sudden you could be racking up a double, triple bogey rather than just a bogey. If you are untrained in a situation, do not try and take the shot on. That's what this video is for. That's what practice is for. Now let's have a look at the technique and what an expert player would use in these situations. So from this type of situation around the green, and to be honest with most situations around the green, when you're using a wedge, you want to be using the bounce angle on the bottom of the club. If you use the bounce angle on the bottom of the club, that means the club won't dig into the turf and you won't have that horrible kind of stab at the ball and it just trickles into the bunker. So put simply, wedge bounce is the angle created by the leading edge and the lowest point of the sole, or the trailing edge. Now with the Vokey wedge, the lowest point of the sole actually sits slightly in front of that trail edge. This is the area of the club that moves through the ground at impact. The higher the bounce angle, the more that leading edge is going to sit off the ground at address. The particular wedge that I'm using for this demo is a 60-degree SM8 Vokey. I've got 8 degrees of bounce and this is in the M grind. Now we can get into grinds and the way this affects different wedges in another video. But when I was fitted into my Vokeys, the M grind came out the best for me on my lob wedge. It's versatile around lots of different shots. Now for a shot like this, using the bounce angle is key because you want to be collecting the ball coming through impact. You want to be maintaining loft and speed. Now that's what's going to actually generate the spin to allow the ball to stop quickly. Now, as always, setup is absolutely crucial to make sure you get the best results. You want your setup to be consistent so you can understand where the low point of your arc is, so you can collect the ball, so you can use the bounce. Now here I'm in the semi-rough, but this technique can be pretty much transferred to any type of lie, so please give it a go. So for the setup, I'm going to keep the ball position near the front of my stance, so pretty much just inside my left toe. My feet only slightly apart, it's only a short swing, I don't need a big wide stance. I'm going to put a little bit more weight towards my left side, so about 60 to 70% on my left foot. And what this allows me to do, because the ball position is forward, it allows me to hit with more of a sweeping motion rather than hitting down. And because my weight is slightly forward, that's going to allow the angle of attack to descend and the club to get underneath the ball. I also like to weaken my grip slightly on this type of shot, but that's not essential. Now, one thing it's going to be tempting to do with this type of shot is to add in lots of wrist hinge to really try and get that angle working. But that is not going to give you the best results. For this type of shot, you want to be keeping the arms and the hands relaxed, but you also want to be keeping them extended like this. So just nice and wide, not loads of wrist hinge, because you want to be working that club underneath the ball and then up. You do not want to be just going downwards into the turf. That's where you're going to get that horrible stabby motion. So working the club underneath, just going to add some loft, just want it to land on the front of the green. Oh, do it for me. Do it for me. It's fine. I do it all the time. I don't even know why I'm getting excited, to be honest. It's just the way I hit those shots. Now, this technique is pretty universal for all those categories that I've spoken about. But if you are an inexperienced golfer, so you've just watched this video, you're just learning this technique, and you're faced with this situation, take the pin out of play. Go for safety first. So what I'm doing here, yes, I've got the pin, but I'm picking a point down there on the green. We're talking a good 20 to 30 feet left of the pin. I'm going over the corner of the bunker here, so I am still playing that extra difficulty level. You know, I'm still having to go over a hazard. But rather than go literally straight to the side of the bunker, I am actually adding a little bit of danger. So it's exactly that same technique, exactly the same setup we've just spoken about, not even looking at the pin. Just trying to pick that spot on the green that I want to land the ball. Again, the likelihood of getting up and down from this situation is much lower, but the chances of having that big blow up hole are minimized. And what this also allows you to do with this type of practice, it frees up the mind because you've got such a big area. Oh wow, spin on that. Such a big area of the green to actually aim for. And it'll help you build that confidence. It'll give you that little bit of a safety blanket that you might need to begin with. So once you feel you've elevated yourself to that proficient level, or you already are at that level, we're going to advance the technique just a little bit more. So nothing changes in regards to setup, apart from we're just going to aim the body slightly off to the left-hand side. That's because I'm going to weaken my grip. I'm going to put the club a little bit more up through the palm as I take it here. On the takeaway, I'm going to try and make sure that the club head sits outside my hands, and then as I come through, I'm going to try and make sure that the club face points back at me, and then the bottom of the club points down towards the target. Again, this is going to allow me to use that bounce, but it's also going to allow me to add loft. But as a proficient golfer, I'm still not going to be trying to hold this shot. I've still got those lingering nerves, I'm a little bit twitchy. So I'm going to put speed into the shot because I want the ball to finish past the pin, give myself an uphill putt. So that same setup, except I'm just opening up that stance a little bit, that weaker grip, club it outside the hands, opening up that club face, and then sliding that club underneath. Trying to get it beyond the pin. Lovely. So that's going to leave me an uphill putt from there, about 12 feet, I'd say. Oh wow, that came off. Ooh, that came off very soft. That's more like it. Just adding in that speed to make sure that I get it that distance is completely taking that bunker out of play. There we go. So ladies and gentlemen, after weeks of practice, after arduous, long-lasting, long-reaching and finger-blistering hard work, you've almost arrived at the expert level. The only thing I'm going to add in here is I've put a tee just on the green where I want my landing point to be. Once you've got this technique honed down, you can really start to visualize and really start to see the shot begin to happen. So I can see here it's going to pitch pretty much in line with that tee. It's going to dribble down towards the hole. I'm visualizing it going high and soft in the air with this technique. I've now moved from like literally hitting it to the left of the green to avoid going anywhere near the bunker to trying to hold a shot. Now we're talking here weeks of practice, of real hard work. Don't expect to be able to just do this straight away. Come on, let's try and hold one of these shots. Been close a couple of times. So a couple of practice swings, just trying to visualize that point where I want the ball to land, gripping it down, weakening that grip. Oh, that felt so spinny. Came actually a little bit lower than I intended. Oh, that's gonna work out well. Oh, hit the pin. Oh, the pin, the tee. Look at the stop on that. Wow. Not gonna lie, that made me quite happy. Right, come on. Oh, it stopped so quick. Oh, man. So everyone, hopefully you enjoyed that video, found it interesting and also insightful into how you can break your categories down, plan your shots based on those, and then practice to reach that next level. If you are new to this channel, please hit that subscribe button, like the video, get down into those comments as well. Let me know what you think, let me know which category you are in, but also what types of videos you would like me to film, especially around the green. I love short game videos. They are something that everybody can improve at. Big thank you for Townley for having me down as well, and make sure you stay tuned for the next video.